It's Monday Night Sketchy Live.
What
Welcome
up?
to the broadcast.
Guys, Monday night.
It's Monday.
Where else are you going to be?
Hey,
Who else is doing this live?
FIFA?
FIFA. Oh, are the games on tonight?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Anybody watching football?
Anyone?
Goal! Welcome to Sketchy Live.
Guys,
I'm Johnny Jalopy.
I'm Eddie B.
Oh, we're doing that.
You paused. I took my moment.
It's all about the pause, the pause, the pause.
Guys, we're in rare form tonight. A little bit of sunshine this weekend, I think.
Interestingly, we've got looks like there it is. Lizzie Daughtry is popping up on one side and then not on the other. That's interesting.
What side where?
Showed up on this one, showed up on yours over there, but not on the feed.
No, I just have Robert Shane.
Oh, because it's YouTube. Important. Do you have that clicked on? Show comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's because we don't have that comments on stage thing where it's everybody shows up.
I don't know.
Anyways, welcome to Sketchy Live. This is Sketchy Live.
No, Gordon showed up.
Yeah, he did. There it is.
There's Lizzie.
Maybe a different one. That's weird. Anyway,
so we've got a couple people.
That's all right.
On.
Hey,
We
we're glad you're
appreciate
here.
guys.
Welcome to Sketchy Live.
Yes. Happy. I'm just gonna say it. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yeah,
and
in case you didn't catch the message out there we sent that was Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Fathers.
Yeah, we
Day.
It's not
After.
We listened to a really great teaching at our fellowship this past weekend, and it was about not just fathers, but just men in general.
Yeah.
And the part you men play in society and how important you are for leadership in your families and like doing the tough jobs, and just really gave me a greater appreciation. Not that I wasn't already appreciative.
Well, thank goodness we had a teaching to teach you that.
No, just really having somebody
I think
it again.
It brought into perspective, because especially when they started listing off all the different jobs and things that are
primarily
predominantly men. It was most of what keeps the world and the country going.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Nothing
pretty
against
stuff.
ladies, because boy, ladies, we need you.
Yeah,
boy, we need you.
There wouldn't be men if there weren't ladies.
No, there wouldn't. Thank goodness. Can't wait.
There wouldn't be more men.
Can't wait for Mother's Day.
Right.
Then we'll talk about all the things moms can do that we can't.
Right. Yeah.
Make toast.
Anyway,
doesn't your mom make the best? Well, didn't she make the best toast? My mom did.
My mom used to make cinnamon toast.
Yes, it's Father's
cinnamon
Day,
sugar
so
toast.
We're not talking about your mom right
No.
now. What about your dad?
My dad never made me food.
He has recently, though.
He has,
hasn't he?
I mean, he bakes pies and stuff. For family
that's
events.
something. He's still putting.
He's a baker now.
Still putting food in your
He's a
face.
baker.
Still putting food in your face.
No, I'm thankful for my dad. He's amazing.
Well, hey, welcome to the Sketchy Live. We tonight got quite a few topics to talk about.
Topics, yeah.
Mainly, again, Father's Day, the influences of fathers. We're going to talk about it's car show season. Car show season is in full effect.
We just went to one.
Lots of different stuff going on. It's still struggle bus now for us in Florida to go to car shows.
A little worm.
And then we're going to talk about some other stuff. But yeah. So who is on the broadcast?
Let me tell you who we've got on. Robert Shane, good evening from Wichita Falls. Lots of humidity today.
Wichita Falls.
Now, are you guys going? Gordon, hello from Gordon and Vicky LaFave in Central Washington.
Vicky, how are you? How are you?
Sunny and very warm.
How are you?
Robert, by the way, is joining us from Texas.
Welcome.
We've got Lizzie Daughtry joining us.
Lizzie Daughtry.
From Elizabeth Handmade Jewelry over on YouTube. Go check her out.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago, I spent about 5 days in the hospital, but it was just a little setback. But everything is okay now. Just keep me in your prayers. Absolutely.
Continually.
Absolutely. We have Sam Super Chop signing in from Claremont, Florida. How's my two favorite peeps? We are great, Sam.
Good.
Thanks for checking in. Gordon said I got to strap my stuff in my new Johnny Jalopy t-shirt.
Yeah.
We still have an album up over on Johnny's page. Friends of Johnny Jalopy?
I think it's Friends of Johnny Jalopy.
Or the Jalopy Army.
Army.
Yeah. So if you want to send a photo and you're okay with us posting it, please do. We'll love to add some photos to that. We've got Cameron McNulty joining us.
It's me, Dula.
Welcome to the
Hello.
broadcast.
Hello. Her husband, Cole, a happy Father's Day, but as they were doing outings, was also wearing a Johnny Jalopy shirt.
Nice. Repping
So
the
a
brand.
lot of folks were repping the brand for Father's Day. We were appreciative.
Well,
Thanks for the support.
The two, anyways.
No, I saw other people.
And of course, you had yours on.
Of course.
So there's that. Paul Marziani joining us. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Welcome, probably from Bradenton,
Paul
Florida.
Marziani.
Diane Kennery. Hi, guys.
What's up,
nice,
Diane?
cool night here, 67 degrees. Where are
Ooh.
you? I'm jealous.
It's not that
sounds
way
amazing. JD Studios 2012, Delaware. Jim here.
What's
Welcome.
up, Delaware Jim?
And Dennis Goff. I'm here, not there.
Well, we're
We
glad you're anywhere.
appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So that's catching us up on comments for the moment, because we're hoping that you all are going to be participating in some of this discussion. But we did go to a car show on Saturday. A realtor friend of mine was hosting something local. And I was like, you know what? It's 15 minutes down the road, 20 minutes down the road. Let's take Kona out. It was from 11 to 2.
It's 15 minutes down the road. It's 97 degrees, 75% humidity.
Super hot.
How bad could it be?
It was super hot once we got there. But let's talk about what happened on the way, because I made a comment to you and I'm like, it's actually pretty cool in the car. Like, it was hot outside, but
air was moving. Yeah.
Air was moving through. And you said to me, yeah, it's because we have no back window. Because remember, I don't know if you remember, but we were still looking for that back window.
Figured out the back window situation. I thought I had a solution, but it still hasn't come to fruition because the guy was, I tried to contact him and I couldn't get, I don't know if it's a language barrier.
I think we talked about it last week. You showed pictures, or maybe the week before.
Yeah, it was a guy was selling, the old like 50s bread trucks, the Doveco or Doco or Doveco trucks, vans, whatever they're called. This guy has like a plethora of different doors, back doors, side doors, the sliders, the folding doors, and then just, ones that are kind of miscellaneous. And I looked at them and I'm like, man, you could easily cut those down.
Divco.
That's it. Divco. Yep. And you could cut them down and make a really cool back window with one. So I contacted the guy and we just couldn't seem to
line it up.
No, we couldn't.
But fast forward to Saturday, because we had come up with an idea. What are you waving at?
I got the wrong camera on.
You do? Oh, because what we thought of is maybe putting something on hinges. That way we can close it at, like, have a back safari window and maybe close it when it's raining, or, if we need it closed, or if it's cold, but then be able to open it as we're driving to allow that airflow, because like I said, pretty warm outside, but with the windows down and just the air that comes in through all the holes probably in it as well, coming up from the ground and everything. But then shooting out that back window, we had really good airflow. And I was like, I kind of like that. So we may be doing that. That may be a different option.
Yeah. Building a window, because you said if it flipped up, that'd make it even easier. So, and I've looked at all kinds of different possible options. That one seems the easiest to just go ahead and just make one that would flip out. And
not to mention, we have a little overhang, that little, what'd you call it? Like almost like a little,
it's a rear wing spoiler kind of thing. Yeah. That
I'm
going to modify as well.
Cover, because it sticks out probably a good 4 inches at least.
Sticks out further than that.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
So if it were raining downward, the window seal itself would be covered.
What you're forgetting is the way air travels. It would travel over it, but because it's open. That's why we feel a breeze. Water would still want to go back through that space. Just know that it's not about just the dripping rain coming down.
I'm just talking about if it's parked outside.
Oh, right.
Point, where.
Yeah, it's less likely to go in through that backside. Yeah, there's
not that it matters if we don't have any interior per se. It's all still raw metal in there, but just for a quick option. And it's, we had parked next to a guy who had a back safari window,
Yeah, we have a front safari.
but we had talked about it before we got to the show and saw that.
I have a full kit to put in a front safari window. That is a custom built. I got to chop it down to fit the window itself. We were given that. Someone gave me that kit. I just haven't used it, or because I'm like, it was like, let me just get it on the road, put a window in it, so we could drive around in it and see, what
So that was for the front window.
Front window, which the front window would pop out.
Right. I guess we could have double poppage.
Of course, that's what he had.
Yeah.
Side windows, back window, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we were just talking tonight about figuring out how to do the side windows. I mean, because really, once we get all of that enclosed, right now we're having to use a car cover outside with torrential rains that we get here. I
probably still want to do a car cover, because last year, if you remember, when we did the episode of Kona has milky oil.
Yes, I do remember that.
There was somehow oil was getting into the motor. Now, based on research that we did and talking to Ian and a couple, VW guys, they were saying it's probably condensation from not driving the bug as much as I should be, even in the summertime, where, it's the engine can get hot from just sitting in the sun or in the heat because it's metal.
Right.
And then it cools down in the evening, and then that condensation builds up inside the engine, and then you get kind of a water in your oil without.
Well, because aren't there people who have just open motors?
Well, it is open.
I know. Well, we have the crate over it, but I'm just saying, if it were to rain,
giant holes.
But if it were to rain on somebody with an open motor, they would have the same issue.
Of course,
if that's what the issue was. So I don't know.
That's why they do the same thing. A lot of, like, you would see vehicles that have velocity stacks in the engine. They would usually, while they're parked, they'll put things to cover that, so things won't drop down inside the carburetor and stuff.
Right. So,
or fuel injection is most of them.
I feel like maybe this is a good, even if it's just a temporary solution, because it's not something that is permanent. We could obviously take it off and do something different later.
You can always change things.
But for now, it might make sense to do.
Yeah.
And just see how it goes and see if it's going to work for us. But that was kind of neat, because I felt like I was kind of in on that, recommendation.
It was a good simple solution to something that I've been trying to figure out what to do, and it's something that we could easily, not, when I say easily, it's not going to take a lot to fabricate it, because it's just a big square.
Right.
It's not like, complex curves or a lot of modifying to stuff, and it's just basically, coming up, which piano hinges and stuff like that we could use to do the back. It's an easy solution to, until we can come up with something really, really cool.
Right.
Because that's the cool thing about it being, as you now know, it's never done.
No.
There's always tweaks and things that you're doing to it to try to adjust and make it cooler. So that's a possibility of what we may do.
Which brings us to another thing, which was...
You're going to skip past all this other Father's Day stuff?
Well, because I think it's a good tie-in, which is right, like using the project, like taking it out.
Yeah. So lately, there's this guy. I wish I had his information. I've been catching his reels on Instagram, and he's this guy that's got some older cars, and he basically has been. He poses the question. He's like, "Are you driving your old car? I know you've probably got your daily driver that you drive back and forth to work, and hey, how many times a week do you maybe just take the old car instead of your daily? You know what I mean?" And he's like, the concern is that as projects or old cars sit, it's not good for them. They need to be driven. So, and he's like, what is the reason you're just not taking it to the grocery store, or loading the kids in and getting ice cream, or, just taking a quick evening drive when everybody's home after dinner or something like that? Using the old car for what you got it for. And I know there's, and this is what he said too. I know there's a lot of guys that they got projects and they're the kind of the in-betweens. And he's like, well, is it undrivable, or is it drivable, but you can still
just
work?
Not how you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just, it called to action for me where, this time of year, it's challenging to drive the vehicles because it's hot.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to, like the other morning, I got up, I took Rose out for a ride, went to the store. I mean, I made an excuse to go to the store, and then we came home, and then 2 days,
You
later.
said we, and it was
Well, I
you in the
did. It was
car.
me in the car. And then, knowing that later on we were going to get and take Kona to something, and then we were doing, we've been we went to Cars and Coffee the other weekend. We did this car show this last weekend. We've been driving it, and
even though it's hot and we've been pushing through and we just dress appropriately.
yeah,
I mean, it's not something I'm going to get all gussied up for, because I know I'm going to get, my clothes snagged on a rust spot or, jagged metal.
Whatever that difference does that make. But yeah.
Well, I'm just saying it is what it is. It's not going to be pristine. It's not quite 100% finished. It's probably never going to be finished.
It's never going to be.
So if we waited until everything was done to take it out, I mean, obviously if it's raining and we don't have side windows, that's going to be a little bit of an issue. It'll be a little uncomfortable. We don't have windshield wipers, so it's going to be a little difficult to drive it in a downpour.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean we can't take it out, here and there. And I don't mind doing that.
We account for all that, which means if it looks like the weather is calling for a lot of rain, then we probably won't go.
Yeah.
But most people probably won't either.
We had actually gone to breakfast on Saturday morning, and we specifically didn't bring that car because we knew we were going to be running it down to the show. And I should have pushed the issue and said, let's take Rose. But it's, we knew we were going to be driving one of them that day.
So Rose I got all the parts to fix her leaky water pump and change out all the hoses. I just don't have a vise to be able to take the fan off of the old water pump, so that I contacted a few people that I knew that might have something I would be able to help me, and I just haven't heard back from them yet.
Okay.
So it's not a matter of it's just a matter of just changing those things out, and then realistically.
Oh, so she really shouldn't be run right now until that's done?
That's why I'm doing short little things, because it's enough to where I know the amount of water that's coming out of it is not horribly bad, but in it being hot, we're losing water to condensation and stuff like that too.
It is warm.
So, we're still getting it out. We're still driving it. I'm just not going further distances until I get the water pump changed.
Okay. And that's probably some of the issues that you guys are running into with your projects, is maybe it's not drivable, or you're waiting on a part, or you have to do something.
And that happens.
Yeah.
But the call to action is, though, when it is drivable, find reasons to take it out. If you got one, she wants to run or he wants to run, whatever the case, get them out there, run them around, and enjoy, especially in areas that aren't Florida. This is the beautiful time to be taking your vehicles out in the summer when it's cool in the evenings, and grab your family, go make an ice cream run, or just go for a drive around on the block or something, just to get it out and let it be seen. Enjoy it for what you got it for, and just enjoy it.
One of the things we had written down was how to make time for your hobby. How do you make time for that? Because we together and you separately are procrastinators sometimes.
I'm a procrastinator.
And how do we pull ourselves out of that? I think you've done a really good job in other areas of pulling yourself out of that. And now with the cars, I feel like you're doing that as well. You just mentioned taking it out, because you would normally be like, it's too hot, I'm just going to take the Jeep and, crank the air on my way to wherever I'm going. Now you're like, you know what? I'm going to get the car out. Like you made a decision.
Well, I made that 2 summers ago when I spent that was during the worst time to
that was a bit to do.
It helped with going, hot is hot, and you can always cool down.
Yes.
And that's not the best excuse of why not to go. So that's why we've gone to the car shows we've gone to. That's why I went that one time when you were gone, and I drove all the way to St. Pete. It was hot that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sat and I had no shade. So, that's another solution that I'm going to work on, because we have those stake beds in the side of the truck.
Yeah.
That I think if we bought an umbrella that we could tilt out, we could use the truck bed stake areas and be able to have shade.
Yeah.
So there's
with instead of bringing a giant 10 by 10
so there's some
canopy.
solutions that would be fun to do that we could come up with for shade and cooling down and stuff like that. And thank God, Kona's been running really. I mean, she did so good when
Yeah,
we
she
took her
did.
out.
Well, you did have an issue with the belt at the Carson Coffee
it
last
wasn't-
week, but you
I
were
didn't
able
have an
to.
issue with the belt. I was told I have a loose belt,
Oh,
so that wasn't the problem.
well, no, that wasn't the problem. But I'm saying
So
you noticed it and you fixed
I didn't
that.
notice it. Someone let me know. Thank goodness they let me know, which was great.
It.
And I came home and I fixed it. Yeah.
Now, what would have happened if that it just would have come off, or
it would have tossed the belt off? Yeah.
oh, and then we would have been stuck.
Well, yeah. Until I got a belt back on it. Good news is it's really easy to fix. It's easy to change, easy to put on. It's a simple. It's like tightening it was a very simple procedure.
Well, you have said that the Volkswagens tools, are easy to work on.
So. A 19 millimeter and a screwdriver, and
back in business, baby.
Tighten the.
Let's get caught up on some comments
fix
here.
The pulleys.
Gordon said, "Do you want opening vents like camper?" I think for Kona.
Well, we have the side vents from what Jim Pollan made for us. I have it on one side. I need to finish the other. So we do have ventilation.
Didn't you talk about doing vents in the back as well?
We have 4 separate things. And I may still do that, but I also had an idea of doing some characters back there on that. Those are cool pieces of cool canvas areas that we could do some fun stuff on. I think would be fun too, but we could probably still do it even with that. Yeah. So there's that, and then we're talking about we have a piece of steel on the top that is removable, so we could actually run with no top on, basically. And we've talked about that, and I'd love to get Itty B to give me a hand on one of these weekends, to where we just go get the stuff and try to make a rollback top, because Ian's giving me some ideas on how to make one. I got some ideas in my head of how I think we could do it. Basically using kind of the same materials you used with the drawer pulls you put on for the kitchen. Same concept, where it's rolling on a channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been wanting to do that, because I think that would be cool to have a canvas top that we can roll back and forth. So we can have sun when we want and roll it for shade when we're.
I do enjoy a convertible.
Right.
David Edmonds said, "Hope you, hey, you all from Loose Screw Garage in St.
Loose Screw. Yeah. Hey.
I'm bringing the Freaky Tiki down south this fall. Nice. We need to hook up
for sure.
Yeah, Johnny is home full time now doing art, and he's had a couple people reach out that have been in the area, and he's been able to do some meetups. So definitely keep us posted.
Let us know what show you're going to and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Patrick Manerick joining us. Hi guys, at work as always. I'll watch later when I get home.
What's up?
Appreciate
Patrick?
You checking in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Tuner Beans.
What's up, Tuner Beans?
Tuner surprise. Frank Pupello, Sketchy Live, looking good.
What's up, Frank?
We appreciate you, Frank. Alan Romero, saludos desde Argentina.
Hey,
from Argentina.
How are we doing, Alan?
Buenas noches.
Yes.
David Walters, evening on a rainy New Jersey night. Missing it today. Tuner says, I certainly have to make time for my hobbies. Yes.
It can be challenging.
It can be. I feel like you have to schedule it in.
Well, I'll give you this. So the only advice I can give is when it all worked out right for me, which is the project, which coming up July 5th will be 2 years now.
I want to say it's 3.
Is it 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. That I just, I came back from filming an episode on Full Custom Garage, spending time with Ian, us building and chopping a top on a bug, and physically doing it. This is where I actually got to hands-on do stuff. We did no drawing. It was just working on change of plans was the name of the vehicle. The yellow bug that was all slammed and chopped and widened and everything it started off, we were going to make that that camper back end piece P2 Cruiser thing that everybody hated, and so we switched. Or Ian switched. He sent me a picture, like, what do you think? I'm like, yeah, looks great. Anyways, after doing all that stuff with him, hands-on, it shot like confidence in me, and like, you need to just go for it, dude. You have all these ideas in your head about the bug.
You do.
And wanting to make it mine. because we bought the bug from a local guy here, Roger. Is it Smith? No, that's Art Smith. Roger. It's Roger. He's a well-known dude around. I forget
It's
Roger. I always forget
Roger.
Roger's last name.
I know.
I always call him, hey man, or Roger.
Hey, man.
Anyways, local guy. The story of getting Kona, was me chasing this guy down because the Volks rods were so cool. And here's one running around my neighborhood. And I was like, man, and where do you get it? And how do you do it? And all this stuff. And I followed him home one day, and years later, we end up buying it, which was crazy. That the car I chased down that made me go, I really want a Volks rod, we end up owning, right? But it was someone else's build, and Roger did a great job, and it was a cool looking vehicle the way he had themed it and stuff. And then when I took it, I went to a totally different look and changed almost everything about the way the car looked, except for the aesthetics of how he had set up the Volks rod, right? Everything else but color, wheels, tires. I changed everything I could do except for the bug itself.
Yeah.
And it kept eating at me because somebody would say they liked it, and they'd say, oh, who built this? And I was honest. I'm like, well, I got it. I bought it this way, and this is what was done to it. I've done all the other stuff, but this was built by a local guy here, Roger. And so I kept like, man, I just want to be able to say it's mine.
Yeah.
And then so after all that, I finally came home, and I just was like, as you say, I'm a procrastinator. I'm not horrible at time management on certain things in my life. A lot of things I'm great at it. Like at my job, I was pretty damn good at it and stuff like that. So when it came to this, I was like, I'm going to set a goal, and I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to stick to it because I didn't want to not get it done. And I talked about it here on Sketchy Live that like, I'm making this cut here, and I'm going to get this car to Bug Jam, which was 3 months from the time I made the first cut.
I think it was 4.
Is it 4 total?
Yeah, because it was
November.
July to November.
Okay, well, 4 months. So 4 months. And this is 4 months of I don't know what I'm doing. Other than I just left a show where we did stuff.
And you said you had a stint. You did a staycation from work.
8 days.
Of 8 days. And then you had to go back to work, but days off. And when you came home from work, because
I'd spend hours after work.
Nights were longer. You were getting off at 4.
I'd come immediately home, change clothes, get out in the garage, and start welding until it got dark. And did that every single day. I don't think I took a day off.
No.
I don't think I took a day off. Yeah, I think I worked on it every single day.
Yeah.
And the sad part is I probably should, we talk about all the time. I wish I would have recorded it, and I wish I would have done.
There were some recordings.
I tried.
You were challenged a lot just in knowing how to do it.
Doing.
The heat was a challenge.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Tools and supplies were a challenge. Like everything that you could be challenged with, you were challenged with, and you kept pushing through. You had, like you said, the end goal, and you had this drive in you that I had never seen before for a project like that.
Yeah.
But
I tried to get real organized. I made lists and, tried to follow what I saw people do that were successful at getting projects done, and tried to use those skills to do it the way they did it, because I could follow that, and just tried to knock things out. And then there were times where the list went out the window, and it was just trying to survive the build
in the trenches.
Yeah, it was crazy. But so to the question of how do you start a project, you get a goal of like an end date. I think the problem is sometimes we grab these projects and we're like, I'll get to it eventually. If I just accumulate parts and get to it, I'll eventually get to it. But if you I don't think if you give yourself a realistic goal date of getting it, it'll always be, I'll just wait till next week, or I'll just wait till next time.
And sometimes it might be finances, and
which I can understand that. So like my goal with road, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say life throws you curveballs sometimes, and things take precedence. So understandable.
Yeah. Well, that's why Rose, the hot rod idea of doing Rose is really been pushed back. I have had all these intentions of doing it, and we had a few bucks put aside for that. And with me doing art full time, and trying to make sure that I'm not coming to you for funds for different specific things, and trying to handle different things. I've gone through some of that savings. Now, some of it was I bought parts for things, and then others was just, I decided to spend some of that money. I spent a few bucks on trying to get the Magnum fixed, some Kona stuff, and I have a little bit left over, but not what I need to really start getting the project going how I want to. So I made a decision of which is I'm still going to drive this car. It's still my dream car, and I'm going to drive it the way it is, which is I'm having fun how it is right now, which is I need to make sure I maintain it running the way it is and not let it fall to pieces. Because I talked to a guy this weekend, and we were talking about we're talking about cars we own and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I got a Model A, and he's like, oh, I have a Model A. He goes, yeah, come to think of it, I haven't started that thing in probably 12 years. He goes, it's a sweet little Model A Roadster that's sitting in my garage, and it's in great condition, and I just haven't. I got all these other projects I'm touching, and I just kind of left that one alone. And I'm like, dude,
you know how that feels.
I do. And I was like, dude, go get that thing started this week. At least get it running.
Yeah.
And I said, it's Model A, so it won't take much to probably get it running, especially if it's been in your garage and it's been taken care of. It's not out in the elements in bad condition. It's probably just a few things that you might have to do to get it running, and then get it running and drive it around, man. Don't let it sit. So
yeah. Yep. I mean, that's basically what happened to Raquel, our 51 Chevy.
Yeah.
Once you got Kona and that was the new toy, because the Chevy still needed some work, you decided you'd rather put the time and effort and funds into getting Kona how you wanted it.
Because we had nothing at the time that was drivable. And so that was reliably drivable. Yeah. And it was going to take less money to get Kona to a position to where we could take it to shows and do things fun with it. It would take less money to get that thing going rather than Raquel. Now, I have regret about that.
Same.
Because, it's gone in a bad way that I didn't ever want it to go. But she was the car that got us into the hobby. So,
yeah. And still for sale, by the way, anyone.
Still for sale.
Because I want to see her go to someone who's going to do with it what you started.
Yeah, I hope it. The scariest part is I just don't want its demise to be a wrecking yard to where it turns into smashed and crashed.
Yeah.
Because it's still got it's got life in it if someone's got time.
It still starts up.
And I know in the position I'm in right now, I don't have the time to do it.
No,
I don't have the time because I have other things that in order to keep them running, I gotta stay focused on keeping those.
And I think that's probably part of the hobby thing too, is knowing your limit of hobby-ish
stewarding
things. Yeah. Being able to,
now if we had a place where we could really store it and stick it, like if it was like I had a 5-bay garage or a 4-bay garage where I could take it and stick it in the corner and then dabble with it a little bit here and there. It's not in the way. I could play with it a little bit kind of thing.
Yeah.
It would be different. That would be different. As it sits right now, I don't have that extra space to set something as big as she is. Like in my garage, I don't have the room. Even if we had the room, there's really not enough room to be able to really work on the things that need to be done in it. She would have to take up the whole garage.
Yeah.
And then that puts Rose outside. That Kona's already outside. So I don't have the workable space to save her the way I would want to.
Right.
There are people that do have that kind of space where they've got projects, 3 or 4 projects, and they're hitting that one, hitting this one, hitting that one kind of thing. So, that's the only. So, you want to be a good steward of your projects. But if you've got, there are people who just have space to do it, and we don't.
No, not at this time.
Not at this time.
John Godschalk said, "Good rainy night here in West Virginia."
What's going
Looks
on,
like
John?
it's raining up there too. David Walter said, "Need to make a top after your logo, windshield glasses, and a cap roof." Oh my God, that would be funny. That would
Yeah.
be cute.
Yeah.
Robert Shane said, to tie into last week's topic, did you see that there were 12 automotive recycling junkyards that caught fire recently?
Yeah, I tried to
biggest was in Idaho.
I tried to share that on my social media. Quite a few different, interestingly, pages that started talking about this subject matter even more that we talked about last week, which is the availability of parts, the industry trying to keep us from working on our old cars. And in fact, there was new insight that in 2021, supposedly, they had snuck in, I don't know if it was DOT or somebody or in the industry itself, snuck in the idea of that all automobiles by a certain time frame were going to have this connection to where they would check your vitals to be able to see if you were suitable to drive. They had already started implementing that stuff way before this even became a subject of topic of discussion. This is why your cars have been slowly being integrated with different things like this, is it was something they had talked about
already in the works
quite a long time ago. So and their hopes was to kind of get us into the position to where we're headed now, and nobody knew about it. It was very under the radar type of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I did hear about
I saw that too.
I did hear about the junkyards and the wrecking yards and recycling areas.
One.
Yeah.
And I want to say that today is National Volkswagen Bug Day.
Oh, really?
I think so. Let me look it up just to be sure.
Beep, beep.
I think it is.
Curtis Carroll says, "What's happening?"
When is National
Tuner Beans, great
Volkswagen
advice.
Bug Day?
Have a good night. Hey, you have a great night as well.
Yep, today, June 22nd, is officially International Beetle Day.
Well, welcome to the Beetle Day.
Also widely celebrated as Worldwide VW Beetle Day.
Oh, nice.
Takes place annually on June 22nd. Yeah.
Yeah, 2032 trackable GPS. Yeah. So there's a ton of electronic stuff. Again, the topic of discussion last week was how they've kind of snuck it into us under the ideals of convenience and advanced technologies and safety and all that kind of stuff. And we just gotta pay more attention about those kinds of things, and because the automotive, other people aren't looking out for the hobby and the culture itself. So we've got to really start paying more attention, which is why we're talking about it, is to bring awareness for those that hadn't heard about any of this stuff, to bring awareness so that that's just another more people in our hobby and in our culture and the automotive stuff that know what's going on. Yeah. So it's where we can
more names on the petition.
And honestly, I think this is less political specific ideals as much as it is freedoms. Regardless of parties. This is where we're talking about just our American freedoms as Americans. These are the things that we shouldn't stand for, is to be controlled to that degree. Safety issues and safety and things like that make sense. All those kinds of stuff. But control is a different thing.
David Walter said, "Don't pay your payment and they'll shut down the car or it will repo itself." Right. My son had a vehicle that happened when he missed a payment. Do you remember that car that he had?
Right, because that was it was through a
buy here, pay here.
It was through a dealership that they had put a device on his vehicle to where if he didn't pay, they basically disabled his vehicle.
And it was a GPS, and they knew exactly where to come pick it up too. Yep. Crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. You had mentioned to me that there was a guy who came up to you at the show on Saturday and was telling you about this, in lieu of Father's Day, this father-son project that they were going to do.
Yeah, same guy.
Share that story.
Same guy with the Model A who has yeah. He was describing to me how I guess he's got not a teenager, but a young adult. This guy's really into cars and different stuff, and I guess the kid was like, "Hey, Dad, how awesome would it be?" They were looking at, it was like a pretty rare Trans Am or a Camaro or something, He's like, yeah, that wouldn't that be awesome if we were to pick up this Camaro and yeah, we could turn this into totally into a father son project. And he's like, oh, that's that sounds like a really cool plan that we could work on this together, father and son. Building this muscle car and stuff and restoring it and bringing it back to life. He goes, that sounds really, really good. So what part are you going to do to, as far as the acquiring of parts and different stuff like that? And, how much portion of, this purchase price are you willing to come in with? And the kid was like, no. You could buy it, and we'll restore it together. And then once it's all done, we could share time with it. How awesome would that be, Dad? And he's like, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds like a great plan. But like how financially are you gonna? Are you're not really working right now, so are you gonna get a job to help finance this father son project? And how much are you looking to put in, for this thing and in the purchase price? He's like, no, Dad, you buy it. And then we'll restore it, and then I'll drive it on the weekends. You could drive it on the weekdays. And he's like, yeah, I don't think that sounds like a father son project. It sounds like I'm buying you a muscle car that I'm going to restore, or at least pay to restore, and then we may spend some time together in the garage putting parts on that I purchased. And then you're going to drive it the weekends, and I'm going to get it in the weekdays.
Yeah. That sounds like the mentality of a young adult.
Yeah. And then I guess he also tried to convince them to do a boat in the same fashion, which is, hey, let's buy this boat. We'll go halvesies. He goes, halvesies? Yeah, you buy it, and then I'll take it the weekends, and you get the weekdays. He's like, I still don't see the financial part where you're getting half.
I do love the idea of being out in the garage, though, with Dad.
Yeah, I it's the thing I regret, losing my dad in the time that I did. And getting into cars and automobiles so late in my life, really doing stuff with him that I didn't get to share that kind of time with him. Although he was very much, he was into electronics and stuff. He wasn't really, I mean, there was a lot of projects in the garage that, yeah, his bench was full of half fixed things and stuff, but yeah. So automobile stuff was not, but he had a dream. He had dreams of cars and stuff like that, that he wanted and things. But yeah, I do regret that I didn't get a chance to do that kind of stuff with my dad.
I remember my dad always working on stuff because he's super handy with everything.
Yeah,
and he would always fix our cars and stuff. And very rarely did he take it to a shop. And I remember being out there with him for a couple things. And it was always in one ear and out the other. I really wasn't paying attention too much. I think my brothers paid more attention, so much so that my younger brother's now a mechanic. So, I mean, he was obviously paying attention. But yeah, I loved watching you with my kids. Each of them had a little stint with you out in the garage doing something different. So with my older son, it was a car that he acquired. He was a young driver, 16, 17 years old, just got his license. And
well, it was his first car that wasn't
stupid.
A hand-me-down.
It was still a hand-me-down, but
you specifically went to get it so he would have a car to drive to school.
He went from driving a Ford Escort wagon to
your hand-me-down wagon.
Yeah.
To it was a
Camaro, right?
It was like the Camaro RS. It was like the IROC Z when those came out, but it was the lower version, the 6-cylinder.
He was so excited to drive this thing.
Yeah, it was the interior was okay. It ran okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't
until it didn't.
And of course, when he got it, the paint job on it was just terrible. And then he would, he's like, "Oh man, I'm glad I have it. It just doesn't look great." And I'm like, "Let me have it.
Yeah,
we'll do a rattle can paint job on it, and we'll make this thing look cool."
He did that, and then you also showed him how to change a tire and how to.
We did a brake job on it, and
yeah.
we did some tune-up stuff on it, and showed him how to change tires and all that kind of things that he needed to know how to do. He was going to own a car,
and he probably will never ever do those things because he's the type of guy now who would just rather pay for it and have somebody else do it.
Right.
Then my middle son.
Mm-hmm.
I think the two of you had the most fun when you were building that
The go-kart? Mhm.
Yeah. And he was super into it because his brain works like yours. He's a very logical thinker with things
But
sometimes.
creative.
Yeah, creative, and he likes to know how things work. He's the guy that'll take apart something and put it back together and make it work.
Yeah.
So that was super fun to watch the two of you do that, and then be able to
Yeah.
see the fruit of your labor with him
As he flies out of
yeah,
it,
with
shoes up in the air, front end all bent up.
he was my daredevil kid.
We got like a week and a half out of it because I built it way too fast, and yeah, it was a little it was controllable, but and he wasn't a great driver,
He wasn't.
and he ran it, slammed it into a curb, and all I remember is him flying out and his shoes, like it tossed his shoes out.
Yeah.
And the whole front end was all bent up, and then it was like, okay,
we're done.
no, we got
Yeah,
it. We tried a few more times.
Well, I don't even know what ever happened to that thing.
I think we eventually gave it to one of the kids down the street because we kept trying to fix it, and we just didn't have the money to put like real go-kart stuff on it. So I kept, putting hardware.
Didn't you use like a wheelbarrow?
Yeah, we made a wheelbarrow seat to make it look like a roadster, and yeah, we did some cool stuff too.
It was cool. And we probably have photos and video of that somewhere, I'm sure. And then
that was my first attempt at like real mild welding things together and stuff. Yeah.
Right. And then with my daughter, it's so funny because she in fact, she contacted us yesterday in the morning, and she was like, "Hey, do you think John could show me how to do an oil change?" And she's got like a 22 Kia. And I'm like, and you were like, "Hey, it might be more involved than just doing an oil change. There might be special filters we need to get."
Well, it's a new vehicle, so I don't, I've never worked on one. So, and I've never been in the hood, or I have never opened up the hood of her car.
Yeah.
Since you guys got it, she's always taken it to the dealer and had things done to it. So I didn't even know. I'm like, without looking at something, I'm not going to say yay or nay.
Right.
So I was like, tell her, let me do a little bit of research. I think I probably can. I'm sure I could figure it out.
You know the basics of doing an oil change.
I know how to do it. I said, I don't know if the car may need specialty tools to remove things, because a lot of vehicles, as our subject was about, was them making proprietary things to get stuff out. Like you'd had to have their tools that cost $80, $100, $200 just for the tool to fix the car.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know if that has that stuff. I don't know.
So
without knowing and seeing it, I can't tell you for sure, but I probably could figure it out.
She's always been inquisitive, but sometimes I feel like she's asking the questions because she figures you're going to go, "I'll just do it."
Well,
like, I don't know if she really wants to know.
Not when she goes, "Will you show me?" Because then I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what happened. I'm like, "Well, pop your hood," and she's like,
"How do I pop the hood?"
Okay, so she goes in and she pulls
the emergency brake.
No, the fuse box cover.
Oh.
And it comes out in her hand, and she's like, "I think I broke it." I'm like, "That just covers the fuses. Just put that back in."
She probably doesn't even know what those control.
There's a lever next to the floor that probably has a picture of your hood opening, or it's underneath your dash. So her brother showed her, and she popped it, and it was a very simple engine. Yeah. And of course, the problem is the way they've designed vehicles is her dashboard is lighting up, telling her your oil is almost like I had to show notifications. I had to tell you.
Yes.
You're like, "Babe, it's telling me
my car is gonna blow up.
My oil's only got 5% life left in it. What do I do?" I'm like, "Keep driving." "But it says 5%. I'm like, "Uh-huh. What if it gets down to 0? Keep driving." That doesn't sound right. Right? Isn't that you?
It doesn't sound right. To this day, it doesn't sound right. I did what you said. It didn't blow up, but it doesn't sound right.
Because it has oil in it.
Yeah.
And the oil is still doing its job. That is a computer program that when they put fresh oil in it, they reset that to 100%. And then as your car is doing mileage, the computer is calculating that you're in its brain, so many miles deduct so much percentage, right? So that when you get to the time they want you to come back in to change the
Then
oil,
it's alert.
even
alert.
even though the oil's probably got still 10,000, 20,000, because synthetic oil,
Yep.
10, 20,000 miles left on it, they want to do another oil change so they can get another $100 and some odd from you to change the oil when the oil is fine. Or they'll get someone like you who will panic and they'll stop driving the car and then they'll go to the dealer and they're, oh God. And then they can go, oh, you think the oil is bad? Man, your Flinkster flappers ain't working and you got a valve train problem when you're in your tail lights.
You need a whole new blinker fluid assembly.
That's right. your 710's way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's nothing like watching young adults, young kids leaning in, looking in, and
well, she did help me, and she reminds me. That's what makes her think she could do it, because there was a time I was like, come on, you're going to help me do an oil change and a tune-up on Raquel. What? I'm like, yeah, your brothers ain't here. You're here. Come give me a hand. And she went out there, and I had her do everything.
Yeah.
And then I showed her how to drive it. And from that day, she's like, I know how to change spark plugs and do a tune-up on a 51 Chevy.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted, for her to have confidence that she could do it. If someone showed her how to do it, in anything she tries to attempt to do in her life, if she just pays attention, follows instructions, she'll learn how to do something.
Yeah.
Which is why I think she's been so confident in her life to want to try to do things where she goes, I could do that.
Do you feel like YouTube is taking the place of that role?
Yes, I know. I think I go to YouTube. Don't think I didn't when I went, okay, my belt's loose on the VW. How do I do that again? Now I have a book. I have that old book that says the VW Bible that'll tell you how to do everything. But I did what everybody, I YouTubed Titan belt on VW. And the first video came up. I watched it and I went, oh yeah, that's right. I remember. That's right. That's how I did it last time when I changed the belt.
So you were able to do it.
All I had to do was 2 seconds of the video and go, oh, that's right.
Ron Messimer is joining us. He said, saw a video how major stores have tracking for face recognition and record your cell phone data as you walk through the store. Also photos your license plate in the parking lot.
Ron, this is correct, because this happened to me. I didn't tell you about this. I was at Walmart 3 days ago, and I'm in the aisle with I'm in the craft aisle, and I was trying to find something to punch holes to help us make our clocks. And so I'm looking through all this stuff, and I look over, and it's got the new price tags, the electronic price tags, and a whole row of it went green light blinking. And then I walked over by it, and it stayed green, and then I walked away from it. The aisle that I moved to turned on, went green. That one turned off. I'm like, they're freaking following me. It's recording me.
Well, didn't you tell me when you were working in retail that they were trying to develop this?
Well, we were, yes.
Coupons,
yes.
And store ads.
The company I used to work for, that was part of something they were trying to, where it would, but you signed up for the website, you gave permission, and it would basically track your movement in the store, so that if you were in the welding aisle, it would send a coupon to your phone. Hey, notice you're in the welding aisle. Here's 10% off a welder. Or here's, blah, 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 blah. They were working on that technology.
Yeah.
Home Depot just got a lawsuit because they were tracking people's license plates, face recognition, and all kinds of stuff for the last 6-7 years without anybody knowing it. So there's a lawsuit.
I don't understand. So how does that work? Like, if I walk in the store, how is it affecting me?
What do you mean? How's it affecting you?
They're tracking me for what purpose?
Your face is now recorded, and they have your face in their data thing. And what that does, this is the bigger part. Is it anybody's business that you went into Home Depot and you were shopping around for specific things? What if, and this is just a what if and again, I know there's the good parts of this and there's the bad part. This is where it comes to privacy.
Right.
What if there's a warrant out for your arrest, a false warrant out for your arrest, and now the police have been notified because your face has just been recognized because you just bought a 25 watt bulb, and now you come out the thing and there's the SWAT team waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you go, how did you know I was even here?
Right.
Oh, we've been tracking you since you pulled in the parking lot.
Well,
we ran your license plate.
Isn't that satellite? I mean, that's how they find people. There's satellites. So when we walk out of our house, they know where we are.
Well, you have a device that tracks you. It's called your phone.
Even if I left the phone in the house, the second I walk outside, there's a satellite that can zoom in on my location.
Well, this is not Mission Impossible. So yes, I know.
It happens.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy.
We're being
stuff.
recorded. Just know you're being, like right now, I'm being recorded.
Of course.
Willingly.
Your comments are being recorded.
That's true.
Hubcap Dylan joining us. Hey, sketchy duo.
What's up, Hubcap Dylan?
Oh, Paul Marziana had a checkout. We appreciate you, Paul, though. We've got Mitch Hack.
What's up, Mitch?
Hilarious. He says hilarious.
Thanks.
Robert Shane said the grocery stores I worked at had facial recognition cameras. It can alert you if someone you kicked out comes in.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's, obviously if there's a kid missing and has been kidnapped, yeah, we're going to want to track that down.
But hold on. As soon as you start giving these
scenarios.
So there's the scenario of where all of this makes sense that we do it because of that. And it would be horrible for some kid to go missing.
Right.
And we would want, if we have technology to help us find a child, of course we'd want to use that. The problem is it's not being used for things like that.
Right.
It's being used to where they're running databases and now all your information is given to the FBI, which is a government run thing that shouldn't know what you're up to every single day of your life.
Right.
It's not like, do you like the idea that 2 feet from where you lay your head at night is paying attention to everything you're saying, everything that you talk about? We've experienced it every single time. It just happened the other day when you were talking about something, and then
my feed
in the morning it showed up in my feed.
Yeah.
And I swear I went through all these reels that say how to turn all that stuff. I've done all that stuff, and yet it's still happening, which means there's no turning it off.
There's no way around it. Yeah. Lizzie said, okay, Johnny and Eddie B, I'm heading to bed because I have a PET scan in the morning. You guys, please keep me in your prayers, and you guys are awesome. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a good night. We love you, Lizzie. Take care. Definitely in our thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely.
Please keep us posted how everything goes.
Make sure that pet doesn't get out of the cage.
You have some merch here that I know you're dying to talk about. We didn't get to do it last week. So before we sign off tonight,
because there's quite a few new things that have come up merch wise. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for all the support and everything, guys and gals.
Yes.
Go back to the other camera, please.
Oh, I thought you were going to show the merch.
That's fine. This what I'm going to show. We'll need these first.
I don't know why we have the other cameras then.
We will use it. I'm just saying, until I tell you to do it, don't do it. Back to what I was saying. So we have merchandise that is not on the website.
Right.
Like, for instance, the new Johnny Jalopy t-shirt, still available.
Yeah.
So I just want to show it in the distance one, what it looks like. Now you can go close up. Because see look how close it is.
Okay.
It's too close.
Is it? It's such a good design.
That's the design.
Yeah.
Of course, the logo on the front.
Love it.
But that's the new Johnny Jalopy Hot Rod Art t-shirt that's available. It's not on my website. So if you'd like one, message me on the social medias, Instagram here. Or go to the website and there's a contact on the bottom with our email. Just email us and let us know, hey Johnny, I'd love to have one of your new t-shirts for $25, a couple bucks for shipping, and we'll send it to you. They're available.
Yeah.
I got a ton of art still available as well. I won't show those specifically just yet. And then there's the new merch that I'm super excited about.
I am too. I love these. They look so good.
I think they came out really cool, which is the new sketchy clocks.
How cool is that, guys? I love it.
So there's the Johnny 5.
Really, any of the art on the website can be turned into these.
Yeah. So there's that one. And these are these are available. They're $30. A couple bucks for shipping. They're not real heavy. They're 8-inch. There's that one. And I've got other ones that are in the process of being made. But there's the Chop It. I've made a couple posts about this.
And that's a purple car. It's really hard to see.
It's purple and black with yellow and chrome and all that kind of good stuff. And these are $30. When I was trying to find, what I keep trying to come up with is less expensive merchandise with my artwork on it that you can purchase that you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on, because I have that. Like, I just finished that one piece, the space piece with the bubble top and stuff, that 20 by I think it's 16 by 20 inches big. It's probably the biggest piece I've done. Is available for sale too. It's not gonna be $30. It's much more expensive.
It's an original.
And it's an original. And I got little things like these, now you can go to the big little. So like these little cards that I do at Autorama, I'm selling these for, how much was I doing these for?
You were doing them for $40.
$40, yeah. So there you go, $40 for something like that. I've got art on canvases that are still here. I'm trying to figure out why. Like, this color isn't doing great justice.
I know.
This camera's not. But they came out so cool.
Yeah, they did.
And I really love them. And it just bums me that nobody likes them. I still have some cardboard stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, I love these. That's a totally different size. So cool. Those are canvas. Show the back of it so people can see what it is. Yep, just on a canvas board.
Acrylic on canvas board. Original artwork. These are not prints. I think these are 4 by
11.
11, I think. Yeah. Cool van.
Yeah, these are. Where'd you bring these? Was this to
Show Me Lowbrow, and
was
I
it?
also brought it to I thought I brought them to Autorama.
So cool.
There's those.
Yeah.
Of course, we got the sketchy clipboards.
You love the clipboards. Gordon said, I really found it clever that you used JJ for 5 o'clock. I know. That was cool.
Yeah, that was a decision. So the ones that I made here don't have that change, but the new ones I'm going to be making with and again, if you have a design that you go to my website and you look at and you go, can you make that into a clock, Johnny? Yes, I can make that into a clock. And the new one. So these are the mock-ups of the new ones that I have available. There's that one, that does have the 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. So it's the number 5 is the Johnny Jalopy logo.
Zombie Squad.
The Zombie Squad van.
Nice.
So these are 2 new additions that are available.
Yeah.
$30.
And what a great usable idea, because your art is meant to be hung up or displayed, right? That's why people are getting it. So that's why you started doing the clipboards. You're like, oh, there's a built-in hanger.
Easy hanger.
Yeah. So with these, not only is it hangable art because it's in a clock form and it has the hanger on the back, it's also usable. You can put it out in your garage. You can put it in your man cave, whatever the case is. And
some different version. I mean, like I said, I got any of it's available. Now, people have been saying, does it light up? And how come you didn't do neon?
No.
I can do that. The problem is they're not going to be $30.
Yeah.
Because the clock itself is going to cost more than, because that's why I was trying to keep. Again, what I keep trying to endeavor to do is make available things with my artwork on it that you can put in your garage or your space, that's less expensive, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to have it.
And here's the thing,
because I do have expensive art.
You're fabricating it yourself.
I'm making them.
You're hand making these clocks. He's cutting out the template for the clock, and he's inserting it and putting it together and making it work. And we are working on possible other products to be available.
Yep, they're in the works,
where we'll have different ones and you can put different art on different ones, almost like if you're familiar with Etsy, something like that, where you can kind of customize what you want and make it into what you want. we're trying to come up with that, which will then alleviate us from having to do the, putting it all together and
Sure.
assembly.
Have enjoyed putting them together though.
But it's also going to increase the price because there's cuts that everybody takes. So this is a much more cheaper way for us to do this. So
again, my thought process behind it was just how can I make something that's affordable, easily put up in a garage or a space that has my artwork on it that you can own, that's almost the cost of a print.
Yeah.
That is different than just putting up a print, because a lot of people are like 17 by 11. I have so many of those sizes of things. Where can I work? Whatever else could I put? Which is why I did a lot of little things, trying to find spots, trying to take up little spots. And so
Gordon said, still sad to only have 4 walls per room in our office.
Yeah, I know. And again, I appreciate every single person that has purchased artwork from me and has it in their homes and sharing and different stuff like that. I love all the people that have contacted me and have bought original stuff. It's awesome that those products or those pieces of artwork are up in people's homes.
We want to keep Johnny at home full time doing this.
Be ready though. There's a transition coming because I have a new endeavor that my artwork is going to start getting bigger. So with bigger sizes, of course, again, just making sure you see that this is available. Contact me. Mm-hmm. Bigger sizes of pieces means the price goes up because it's more work to do larger pieces. But I've had some really great art friends that have been giving me some advice and some counsel. And so be ready. So there's going to be some larger originals projects coming that are going to take up some space. So anyone that's got some big walls to fill, be ready to on the lookout, because I'm going to have some larger pieces coming soon.
Cool.
Because 16 by 20 was the largest I had done up until this. I mean, I've done some murals with the airbrush and stuff a long time ago.
Yeah.
But that's about the biggest piece I've done since. Well, maybe that's the biggest piece. Yeah.
Yeah. So exciting stuff happening over here at Johnny Jalopy Studios. The brain is working 24/7. You no longer have a retail job you've got to worry about. So you're able to dedicate all your time and effort into doing this and just all the stuff that you've done at home. Thankful for your help here and thanks. For you to work through your schedule and utilize your time to handle everything that needs to be done. So
thanks for saying that.
Yeah, super thankful.
I love you. Thanks for supporting me.
Of course. I want to see this work just as much as you. I want you to be able to do this. I want you to be able to get out there and travel and go visit people and show up as Johnny Jalopy and sign autographs and take pictures with people and show your art. And
Gordon's asking about banners. I'm also looking into that right now too as well, Gordon. So keep your eye out. Some mini banners that I'm working on trying to make available too.
Yeah. All right, guys.
More product to come.
This has been another installation of Sketchy Live Monday.
Same bat channel.
Yeah. We're so thankful for all of you tuning in and supporting us Monday after Monday. Thank you
guys for tuning in all the time and supporting us and asking questions and commenting on posts and sharing with your friends.
Being a part of it with us.
Thanks so much for showing up every Monday night and hanging out with us. If you get an opportunity, you have some free time, head on over to the website, johnnyjalopy.com. Hats, stickers, t-shirts, lots of stuff, apparel. It is car show season. Wear what the cool kids wear to this show. As Gordon was talking about, he went to a show this last weekend and was repping the Johnny Jalopy gear. We appreciate that. Take photos if you're doing that.
Yes.
So we can put you on our
Send
page.
Them over.
And we'll share it with folks if you're cool with that.
Yeah.
Bob Frizz, what's up?
Bob. Oh my gosh. They just
better late than never.
They just had a great show up there.
Yeah.
Don Marshall Motors. I wish we could have been up there for that.
Yes, would have been cool.
Maybe we'll get an invite.
And it was cool to see something that Shaggy and I had talked about a long time ago with the airbrush and the kids and stuff. It looked like that happened. Oh. Uncle Larry had shared some photos from the show. And it looks like that got to happen too. So high five to Shaggy LeBlanc and all Don and all those folks. It looked like it was a great show. And Bob, so thanks for popping on.
Yeah.
We miss you, man.
We
Hope,
do.
hope all is well with you. And of course, Super Chop, thanks for hanging with us, man. And we need to talk soon.
Yes. All right, guys, we sure love you. And we will see you next Monday. Have a great week. And until then,
We'll see you, Kevin. You stay sketchy.
stay
We'll see you
sketchy, guys.
guys later.
Bye.